Israel is located right here, in the Middle East and its neighboring borders with Africa. Israel has a very diverse neighborhood. To the north, it borders with Lebanon and Syria. To the southeast, it borders with Jordan, and to the southwest with Egypt. It is also said that it borders with Palestinian territories as the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. In order to understand Israel's reality, it is important to know a little bit about its history and how the modern state of Israel was born. After World War II, the United Kingdom had two very specific troubles. On the one hand, the huge wave of immigration from Jewish communities, and on the other, the unstable mandate they held over Palestine. As an idea to solve both of these problems, they decided to split Palestine into two, giving one portion to each one of the parties involved. The so-called partition plan was widely accepted by the international community and adopted as a resolution in the General Assembly of the United Nations, with high support from the United States. On May 14th of 1948, the creation of the new Jewish state Israel was announced. After the creation of Israel, four Arab states decided to militarily intervene the territory, with the alleged purpose of restoring law and order in the region. However, Israeli believed this was only meant to slaughter them. This is only the beginning of the bad relations that they will have throughout history. In order to understand the complex relationship between Israel and its neighbors and the tensions in the region, it is important to know a little bit about the Six-Day War. The Six-Day War, which took place in 1967, was a bunch of territorial disputes between Israel and its neighboring countries for economic and defensive purposes, where Israel resulted winning and proved to its allies its military strength and influence in the region. After the Six-Day War, the borders of Israel were redefined. Israel took away the Sinai Peninsula and the Gaza Strip from Egypt, the West Bank from Jordan, and the Golan Heights from Syria. These occupations were widely unaccepted by the international community and tensions arose. After understanding a little bit about Israel's history and why its reality today is so complex, it is important to highlight which conflicts Israel faces today and why those are part of their foreign policy priorities. Iran and Israel have been fighting what can be considered a proxy war for many years. In the beginning, Iran was one of the countries that opposed the mere creation of Israel, and also its forces in Syria and Hezbollah nowadays are considered major threats to Israeli safety, on top of the non-allowed nuclear program that Iran possesses. The Syrian civil war is now a major foreign policy issue for Israel for security reasons. Aside from the tensions in the Golan Heights, the bonds between Iran and the Lebanese Hezbollah with the Syrian dictatorial regime are a major concern for Israel. On top of that, Syria was a first-hand opposer of the birth of the Jewish state. Lastly, we have Israel's biggest burden, Palestine. The conflict between these two nations varies from matters such as territorial occupation, the legitimacy of the existence of Palestine, security measures because of the war, and lastly, such basic things as natural resources and water. After getting a glimpse at Israel's history and understanding that its reality today is very complicated for many reasons, we will get a deeper look at two aspects: Israel's diplomatic relations and Israel's innovation and technology advancements, and why those make it an emerging power today. First, we will expose Israel's diplomatic relations and why they are very unique and are very contrary to the common concept of regionalism. The State of Israel holds diplomatic relations with over 130 countries around the world. However, it doesn't hold diplomatic relations with many countries and for various reasons. Some of them being from the disagreement of the mere creation of the State of Israel and others from conflicts that have arisen through time. This map is a clear evidence why Israel is such a unique case. It does not hold diplomatic relations with almost any of its neighbors or members of the Arab League, only with two, Egypt and Jordan. This shows that Israel is sort of isolated in its region. However, when zooming out of the map, we see that the situation is very different. Israel holds very strong allies around the world that make it a country that could fall under the Respis Omnia scenario, not only comparing to equals in terms of defense, but to others and very big countries in terms of development. Moreover, there is one special country that is worth mentioning, and is the United States and its relationship with Israel, which is very unique and special. From the very beginning, the US was a supporter of the creation of Israel, and throughout time they have strengthened their relationships until the point of having a clear, strong bond between both countries. At the very beginning, help was one-sided. However, as Israel developed, it has been able to provide the United States with help in other aspects, from economic to infrastructural and technological development. Also, both countries acknowledge the other's culture and respect it. There is one very decisive aspect for Israel, and is how the United States provides its country with an image of strength, and how it has become a sort of protection to other threats in its region, having such a strong partner and ally. However, no help comes without retribution. Israel has become for the United States a tool of balancing, meaning that through its influence in Israel and Israel's force, they will keep the balance of power in the Middle East stable so that no country becomes too powerful and the interests of the United States are maintained. Going to another side, the State of Israel is considered nowadays an emerging power because of its innovations and development in technology. Israel began with a huge disadvantage, the territory that was assigned to it. This territory, not prone to agriculture or to easy development, was however developed by the attitudes of their people in becoming experts in matters such as science, technology, and defense. In terms of agriculture, Israel was not only able to develop agriculture for their own people, but also with exporting potential. On top of that, Israeli people discovered new innovations in agriculture, such as the drip irrigation or nanotechnology for agricultural matters. Noting Israel's dangerous position in the Middle East, they have developed through time a very strong military capacity that is unique in various aspects, such as including women and LGBT communities in their armies. On top of that, their developments are so acclaimed that they attract foreign direct investment from all around the world. On top of that, it is often believed that Israel holds a very strong nuclear arsenal to defend itself from its possible enemies. However, this has never been confirmed. Moreover, Israel is a leading example in military and cybernetic technologies, having the Mossad as one of the world's leading secret service agencies. To conclude, it is clear that Israel has a very complex history and reality, but this country has taken its disadvantages and turned them into advantages, making it not only a leading example in many aspects, but also a player in international relations that for sure will be on the spotlight for many years to come.